let me kind of tell the Nerd Stalker audience what this fuzzy logic is, because that's something actually that's a big part of our lives. It's just we just don't know it in our everyday products, right?
That's right. And when you think about it, I guess let me give you a little bit of background about fuzzy logic. It was actually a methodology that was developed by Dr. Zadeh at Cal Berkeley in the 1960s. And Dr. Zadeh is still living now, and unfortunately he had a stroke recently, and we wish him well and wish him a speedy recovery. And what fuzzy logic is actually doing is it's a methodology called computing with words. It takes natural language that you and I typically communicate, or anybody typically communicates, and uses mathematical algorithms to determine an outcome that a machine or device can actually produce as far as the actual outcome goes. So it's very similar to the way that the humans actually reason in whenever they come upon a particular situation. So in this particular case, we're talking about taking natural language or human reasoning and convert it into a language that the computer or device can actually implement.
And one example, real life example I could take is, let's say we're having a roundtable discussion about my height for some reason. I'm about 5 feet tall, and let's say we have a child at the table, we have a basketball player at the table, and we have a computer at the table. And if we ask the computer that's been programmed in a traditional binary method, and let's say it has a parameter of anything above 5'10" and above is tall, anything below is not tall, then we ask the computer, hey, what, is Shalani tall or Shalani not tall? The computer will definitely say, well, obviously not tall. But if you ask the child, in the child's view, in the child's context, I could actually be tall at 5 feet. And of course, according to the basketball player, I'm a shrimpy. So, where does the truth lie? The truth lies somewhere in between tall and not tall. So if you were to give this, to take fuzzy logic in the computer and give the parameters, it would include the binary, the 1 and the 0, and then everything in between. And what empowers it is the word and. So according to the parameters of the fuzzy logic, it's going to give me an answer of, I am tall to a certain degree, and I am not tall to a greater degree. So that's one example of determining a more real life example and a more realistic outcome, which is of course somewhere in between the 1 and the 0.
And it's been used, as you were mentioning earlier, Greg, it's been used in many appliances that a lot of people are using today that they might not be aware is being powered by fuzzy logic, such as washing machines, rice cookers, and we were talking earlier about an air conditioner in the car, those type of things. And it's been used in transportation, medical devices, and many other areas in Japan and Korea, where they took it to another level.
Right. I went to school in the 90s in Japan, and it was just a normal part of everyday life. Their vacuum cleaners had it, or you wouldn't have to push a button to make it go from vacuuming a rug to vacuuming a hardwood floor. It would just automatically do that as it sensed the change. It was in elevators and trains and rice cookers, as Sunil was saying. So in Japan, we were just kind of surrounded by it, and this is a normal, natural part of the products, everyday consumer products over there.
Yeah, the rice cookers from Japan are really cool that way.
And we're bringing this to the next generation of health and fitness, which we think is going to be very much ready for the fuzzy logic and also what we're actually trying to create.